Have you ever wondered about the steps involved in performing Umrah? Picture this, an act of devotion, a journey of purification, a testament of faith. That is Umrah for you. This spiritual journey is comprised of four main steps. Ihram, a state of consecration. Tawaf, the ritual of circumambulation. Sa'i, the act of walking between Safa and Marwa. And finally, the cutting of hair, symbolizing a fresh start. Intrigued? Let's dive into the first step, Ihram. Ihram is the first step towards performing Umrah. As the gateway to this spiritual journey, Ihram is not just a physical state but a state of mind, a state of purity and intention. Let's delve into the process of entering Ihram. For men, this involves changing into two pieces of unstitched white cloth, known as the rida and the izar. The rida covers the upper body, while the izar is wrapped around the lower half. Women, on the other hand, can wear any modest clothing that adheres to Islamic guidelines, covering all but the face and hands. Once dressed, one performs ghusl, a ritual bath that symbolizes physical and spiritual purification. This isn't merely a rinse-off, it's a deliberate act of cleansing oneself in preparation for the sacred journey ahead. After ghusl, it's time to offer 2 rakat of sunnah prayer. This voluntary prayer is a way of seeking blessings and guidance from the Almighty for the journey you're about to undertake. Now you're ready to declare your intention for Umrah. Facing the Qibla, the direction of the Kaaba in Mecca, you pronounce Labbaik, Allahumma bi Umrah. This phrase translates to, "Here I am, O Allah, performing Umrah." It's a powerful declaration, a personal conversation with your Creator expressing your willingness and readiness to embark on this spiritual journey. With your intention set, you then begin reciting the Talbiyah, a prayer that echoes the words of millions of pilgrims over centuries. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharik laka labbaik, inna alhamd wa al-nimata laka wa al-mulk, la sharik lak. These words meaning, here I am, O Allah, here I am, you have no partner, here I am, verily all praise and blessings are yours and all sovereignty, you have no partner, will be your mantra until you reach the next stage of Umrah, the Tawaf. With Ihram, you have set your intention for Umrah. Now let's move on to the next step, Tawaf. The next step in performing Umrah is Tawaf, or circumambulating the Kaaba. Tawaf is a deeply spiritual journey, a walk around the Kaaba, the house of God, in the heart of Masjid al-Haram. This is not merely a physical act, but a demonstration of love, devotion, and submission to the Almighty. Imagine stepping into Masjid al-Haram, the sacred mosque. As you enter, you place your right foot first, a gesture symbolizing respect and reverence. Then you recite a supplication, a prayerful conversation with Allah, an acknowledgement of His mercy and grace. The next step is to approach the black stone, the eastern cornerstone of the Kaaba. Touching it, if possible, is a significant act, a connection to the prophets of old, a symbol of divine covenant. However, if you cannot reach it due to the crowd, a gesture would be enough. Now the circumambulation begins. You start to circle the Kaaba, walking counterclockwise, making 7 rounds, each filled with introspection, prayer, and remembrance of Allah. The Kaaba is at your left as you circumambulate, a constant reminder of the direction of your devotion. For men, during the Tawaf, the right shoulder is kept uncovered, a practice known as Ittiba. The initial 3 rounds are performed briskly, a practice called Ramal, symbolizing strength and readiness to serve the Almighty. After completing the 7 rounds, you proceed to Maqam-e-Ibrahim, the station of Prophet Ibrahim. Here you recite verses from the Holy Quran, a tribute to Prophet Ibrahim's unwavering faith and dedication. This is followed by offering 2 raka'at of prayer, a moment of profound connection with the divine. Tawaf is a significant part of Umrah, a testament of faith, an affirmation of your commitment to the path of righteousness and the pursuit of divine pleasure. It's a journey in the footsteps of the prophets, a journey of the heart towards the most merciful. Tawaf is a significant part of Umrah. Now let's move on to the next step, Sa'i. After Tawaf, the next step is Sa'i, which involves moving between the hills of Safa and Marwa. This ritual is a commemoration of the desperate search for water by Hajar, the wife of Prophet Ibrahim, for her infant son Ismail. It's a testament to her faith, devotion, and perseverance. Now let's dive into the process of Sa'i. As you head towards the Masa, the area for performing Sa'i, you'll start by reciting verses about Safa and Marwa. These hills are among the symbols of Allah, reminding us of the historical significance and the lessons they hold. Your journey begins at Safa. As you climb this modest hill, your heart and eyes should be directed towards the Kaaba. Here you'll make supplications, asking Allah for whatever is in your heart. You'll repeat a specific dua 3 times, expressing your unity with Allah and your commitment to His commandments. Then it's time to descend from Safa and make your way towards Marwa. Men will run briefly between the 2 green markers, reenacting Hajar's hurried search for water. This act of running is not obligatory for women. Once you reach Marwa, you'll climb it just as you did Safa. Again, you'll face the Kaaba, raising your hands in supplication, repeating the specific dua 3 times. This journey, from Safa to Marwa, marks 1 circuit. But the sa'i is not complete yet. You'll need to complete 7 of these circuits. Remember, each circuit starts at Safa and ends at Marwa. As you move back and forth between these hills, you're not just walking or running. You're retracing the steps of Hajar, embodying her unwavering faith and determination. You're also reinforcing your own commitment to your faith, your willingness to exert effort in the path of Allah. With Sa'i, you are almost at the end of your Umrah. This powerful act of devotion brings you 1 step closer to the completion of your spiritual journey. Now let's move on to the final step, cutting of hair. The final step in performing Umrah is cutting of hair. This ritual signifies the completion of your journey, a journey that has taken you through the sacred steps of faith and devotion. The process of cutting hair is a symbolic act of purification, a humble submission to the will of Allah, and an embodiment of the Prophet Muhammad's teachings. For men, this step involves shaving the head. This act is not just about physical purity, but also about spiritual cleansing. It is a humble gesture, signifying the shedding of one's past sins and the beginning of a new chapter of piety, devotion, and obedience to the divine will. On the other hand, women participating in the Umrah are required to cut a small portion of their hair, equivalent to a fingertip's length. This act is performed with the same intention of purification and submission to Allah's will. It's important to remember that this is not about the quantity of haircut, but rather the quality of your intention behind the act. And with that, dear friends, you have reached the end of your Umrah journey. The cutting of hair symbolizes your purification and your commitment to living a life of devotion to Allah. It's a celebration of your spiritual journey, a testament to your faith, and a commitment to continue on this path of righteousness. But remember, the completion of Umrah is not the end. It is a beginning, a stepping stone towards a life of continuous devotion and submission to Allah's will. It's a commitment to constantly strive to live in accordance with the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad. So, as you take this final step in your Umrah journey, take a moment to reflect. Reflect on the journey you've made, the lessons you've learned, and the spiritual growth you've experienced. Carry these lessons with you as you continue on your path of faith. With the cutting of hair, you have completed your Umrah. May your journey be blessed and accepted by Allah. As you step forward from this point, may you carry with you the lessons of this sacred journey, and may it guide you on your ongoing path of faith and devotion. Congratulations! You have now learned the step-by-step process of performing Umrah. What a journey we've embarked on together. Let's quickly recap what we've covered. We began with Ihram, the state of sanctity, where we prepared ourselves physically and mentally, donning simple white garments for men or modest clothes for women. We cleansed ourselves with a ritual bath, ghusl, and offered the Sunnah prayer. Our hearts echoed with the declaration of intention Labbaik Allahumma ba'umrah and the recitation of Talbiyah. Next we entered the awe-inspiring Masjid al-Haram for the Tawaf, circling the Kaaba 7 times counterclockwise, with men keeping their right shoulder uncovered and practicing Ramal initially. We then headed to Maqam-e-Ibrahim, reciting verses and offering prayer. Our journey continued with the Sa'i between Safa and Marwa. We climbed Safa, faced the Kaaba, and repeated a specific dua, ran between green markers for men, and completed 7 circuits. Our final step was the symbolic act of transformation, the cutting of hair, with men shaving their heads and women cutting hair equal to the length of a fingertip. And just like that, the Umrah was concluded. This journey, embedded with deep symbolism and spiritual significance, aligns us with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, PBOch. May your knowledge serve you well in your spiritual journey. Thank you for watching.